Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in U.S. history, the 1982 Lincoln cent. Believe it or not, some of these pennies, yes, pennies, can be worth thousands, and even up to $585,325 in the right condition. You heard that right, 1-cent coins turning everyday people into lucky collectors. So grab your coin jar, settle in, and get ready, because by the end of this video, you might be running to check your own pocket change. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on these jaw-dropping coin stories. This is RF Coins, where we turn coins into clues from history and maybe even fortune. Let's dive right in. The Lincoln cent has been part of American life since 1909, originally introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and not just symbolic imagery. Over the decades, it has seen changes in design, composition, and size, but none more fascinating than what happened in 1982. In fact, 1982 was a turning point for this coin, and the changes that occurred during that year have made it one of the most collectible and potentially valuable Lincoln cents in U.S. coin history. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the Lincoln cent. Up until 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But copper prices were skyrocketing. Producing a penny was costing more than 1 cent. So, mid-year in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a new composition, 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, giving the appearance of the traditional penny but making it much cheaper to produce. The zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, while the original copper ones weighed 3.11 grams. Let's break them down. There were large date and small date varieties, and both were struck in copper and zinc. The key varieties are 1982 large date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date copper, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D large date zinc, A 1982 D small date zinc. In MS 68 RD sold for over $18,000. A 1982 small date copper in high MS condition has gone for several $1,000s. And of course, the single known 1982 D small date copper was valued at $585,325 by experts. The numbers don't lie. These little coins are big money. Ing market has seen a boom in interest around transitional era coins like these. As more people get into numismatics, the demand for rare 1982 varieties continues to grow. Collectors are now paying a premium not just for rare varieties, but for high-grade examples, and the population of known specimens plays a huge role in determining price. So here's the big takeaway: check your 1982 pennies. Every single one of them. Weigh them. Examine the dates. Study the mint marks. You never know when you might stumble upon a fortune hiding in your coin jar, and if you do, come back to RF Coins and let us know. We'd love to feature your story on the channel. That's it for today's video, but we've only scratched the surface. If you want more deep dives into rare coins, error coins, and how to spot money-making treasures in your own home, subscribe now, and don't forget to smash that like button. This has been RF Coins, reminding you every coin has a story, and sometimes, a fortune. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking those pennies. Welcome back to RF Coins, the ultimate channel for coin collectors, treasure hunters, and anyone fascinated by the hidden gems in their pockets. If you love coins and currency that turn out to be worth a small fortune, then you are in for a treat today. Grab your magnifying glass, put on your collector's hat, and get ready, because in this video, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking and valuable coins in recent American history. We're talking about the 2000 D Lincoln penny. Yes, a simple 1-cent coin that you could find in your pocket, change jar, or even between the couch cushions. But this is no ordinary penny. Some rare versions of the 2000 D penny have fetched over $585,000 in recent auctions and private sales. That's right, more than $500,000 for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. So how did this happen? Why is this coin so valuable? What should you be looking for? And could you be holding a fortune without even knowing it? stick around to the very end, because I'm going to break down the full story, the market value, the collector appeal, and what makes this coin one of the hottest finds in the world of numismatics right now. Let's begin with the basics. The 2000 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver in the year 2000. At first glance, it looks just like any ordinary modern penny. It features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, with the words "In God We Trust" along the top, Liberty on the left, and the year 2000 stamped on the right side, just below Lincoln's chin. Below the year, you'll find the small letter D, indicating that it was struck at the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been used from 1959 until 2008. The words United States of America run across the top, with E pluribus unum just below. At the bottom, 1 cent is proudly displayed. Now, if you're asking yourself what could possibly make this common penny so special, here's the answer. Not all 2000 pennies are created equal. Some of them were struck with minting errors or unique characteristics that make them extremely rare and incredibly valuable. These include off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, die clashes, transitional metals, and planchet errors, but the real jackpot is a rare variety known as the 2000 Sacagawea mule penny. This is where things get absolutely insane. Due to a rare minting error, a few pennies were accidentally struck using the obverse of the Lincoln penny and the reverse of the Sacagawea dollar. That means one side of the coin shows Lincoln as expected, but when you flip it over, instead of the Lincoln Memorial, you get the soaring eagle reverse of the Sacagawea dollar. Only a couple of these have ever been found, and they are among the most valuable error coins in existence today. One known example of this mule coin was sold for a staggering $585,326. That's not a typo. That is the confirmed price that a rare 2000 penny with this error fetched at a public auction. And that's just one example. There could be more out there. Sitting in drawers. In jars. In bank rolls. Unnoticed, even if you don't have a mule error, certain high-grade 2000 Lincoln pennies without errors can still fetch big money. If your coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service, it could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. Why? Because modern coins in flawless condition are surprisingly rare. Most coins get damaged or worn quickly in circulation. So when a near-perfect example appears, collectors are willing to pay a premium. Let's talk grading for a moment, because this is crucial. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition and assigning it a numerical grade on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. MS means mint state, and MS67 or above means your coin is in exceptionally sharp, clean, and attractive condition. These coins show no signs of wear and may only have a few minor imperfections under magnification. If you believe you have a potentially valuable 2000 penny, here's what you should do. First, examine it closely with a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for anything unusual, double images, missing letters, odd edges, off-center strikes, or incorrect designs. Second, check the surface for luster, scratches, or signs of wear. Third, if it looks promising, get it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. This official grading will not only confirm its condition but also help it fetch top dollar if you ever decide to sell. Now let's talk about the market. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and collector trends. But in recent years, the market for rare error coins has exploded. More collectors are hunting for that one-in-a-million find. Auction houses are seeing fierce bidding wars. And prices are climbing higher and higher. Just a decade ago, people would laugh at the idea of a penny selling for over $500,000. But now, it's reality, and this is where you come in. Anyone can find a rare coin. You don't need to be a professional. You don't need to spend thousands. All you need is curiosity, attention to detail, and the knowledge you're learning right here on rfcoins.so. What's the takeaway? Always check your change. Look through your old coin jars. Ask relatives if they have any forgotten coins. And most importantly, stay educated. Because with a little patience and a keen eye, you just might be the next person to discover a 2000 Lincoln penny worth a fortune. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 2000 Lincoln penny may appear common, but rare varieties, especially the legendary mule error with the Sacagawea reverse, are worth up to $585,326. Even regular 2000 pennies in high grades can bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars. The key is condition, error spotting, and professional grading. The coin market is booming, and your next big find might be hiding in plain sight. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to RF Coins for more rare coin insights, and drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 2000 penny or any coin with a crazy story. I want to hear from you. Share your finds, your questions, or even just your collector passion. This is RF Coins, signing, but remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes, it's worth more than gold. Welcome back, RF Coins, today the ultimate spot for uncovering the rarest, most valuable, and hidden gems in the world of US coinage. Today's video is going to blow your mind, especially if you've ever passed by a simple 2004 Lincoln penny thinking it was just pocket change. What if I told you that one of those shiny little copper-colored coins could be worth up to $585,327 today? That's right. Over $500,000 for a coin that might be hiding in your collection, in a drawer, or maybe even in your pocket right now. So buckle up because we are diving deep into the full story, the background, and the shocking value that some 2004 Lincoln pennies have reached. Stay tuned until the end where I reveal the top factors that make these coins insanely valuable and how you can spot them in your own collection. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny, officially called the Lincoln cent, has been a symbol of American numismatics for over a century. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Fast forward to 2004 and the Lincoln penny is still going strong, but there's more than meets the eye when it comes to that year. In 2004, the United States Mint continued with the familiar design by Victor David Brenner on the obverse, with Lincoln's iconic portrait facing right. The reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, a design in use since 1959. But despite the seemingly standard appearance, not all 2004 pennies were created equal. Some were struck with errors. Some came out of the presses with rare varieties. And some were minted in a way that made them future legends. Now let's get to the good stuff. What makes the 2004 Lincoln penny so special? It's all about rare mint errors and high-quality condition. Most 2004 pennies are only worth their face value, of course. But certain versions with major minting mistakes or flawless preservation can skyrocket in value. For example, there are known 2004 Lincoln cents with double die obverse errors, which means the image on the front of the coin was struck twice, slightly off from the first impression. This creates a dramatic doubling effect that is visible to the naked eye. Doubling can be seen in Lincoln's eye, the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." These types of errors are extremely sought after by collectors and can command thousands of dollars depending on the clarity and condition. Enter strike error. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 2004 penny that is off-center by 50% or more and still has a readable date can be worth hundreds or even thousands, but the holy grail of 2004 Lincoln pennies is a flawless specimen struck on a wrong planchet or a rare die variety. Imagine finding a 2004 penny struck on a dime blank. It's happened. Or one struck using a unique die that gives the coin a completely different look. These ultra-rare pieces are what send values into the stratosphere. One such coin, certified in perfect condition with an extremely rare minting anomaly, sold at auction for over $585,000. That's a life-changing discovery from a 1-cent coin. So how do you know if your 2004 Lincoln penny is worth anything more than a cent? Let's break it down. First, check the condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services. A coin graded as MS65 or higher is considered gem uncirculated and can be worth serious money. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, no scratches, and strong luster. Second, look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin. Look closely at the lettering, the date, Lincoln's eye, and other features for signs of doubling. If something looks off, it might be a valuable mint error. Third, check for weight and metal. The standard weight for a 2004 penny is 2.5 grams since they're made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. But if your coin weighs more or less, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Use a precise digital scale to be sure. Fourth, get it authenticated. If you find anything suspicious or unique about your penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate the coin, assign a grade, and give you a certification that can increase its value exponentially. Now let's talk numbers. Most 2004 Lincoln pennies in circulated condition are worth 1 cent. But mint state coins with grades above MS65 can be worth $20 or more. Coins with clear and dramatic doubling errors can bring in $500 to $5,000 depending on rarity and condition. Off-center strikes and wrong planchet coins range from $100 to tens of thousands, and then we get to the extreme end. Ultra-rare specimens in perfect condition with unique minting anomalies. These are the coins that make headlines. Auction houses have reported sales of rare 2004 pennies reaching over $500,000. That's not a fantasy. It's a reality for a few lucky collectors and smart investors who knew what to look for. So what have we learned today? That even the most ordinary-looking coin can be a hidden treasure. That history, errors, condition, and rarity all play a role in turning a common penny into a prized collectible. And that your 2004 Lincoln penny could be the next coin to sell for over $500,000. Go check your jars. Dig through your change. Look in those old boxes and coin folders. Because if you find the right 2004 penny, you might just strike gold. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss a coin update from RF Coins. Drop a comment below if you found any cool 2004 pennies or other interesting coins. I'd love to hear your stories. And remember, every coin has a story and every collector has a chance to find history in their hands. Thanks for watching RF Coins, where every cent counts and every treasure has a tale. See you in the next one.